Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Unparalleled Universe for another action figure review, and today we're taking a look at the brand new Marvel Legends Avengers Endgame War Machine. And this figure comes from the Smart Hulk Build-A-Figure wave. It's another wave of figures that Hasbro kind of hit us with by surprise. They announced it, and then next thing you know, people were finding it in the stores, so that's always exciting. But let's get into it, starting with the packaging. It's the same standard Marvel Legends packaging that we've seen for a while now. It looks good. You're able to see the figure. We have some information down here. On the side of the box, we get some really nice looking artwork of War Machine, and then on the back we get some more cool looking artwork along with a very brief character description, and then we get a look at all the other figures that are in the wave. To me, this is not the most exciting wave in the world. There are a couple cool figures in there, especially Beta Ray Bill and of course this War Machine. For the most part, it's not the most exciting wave, but I am very excited about this War Machine figure, so let's rip them out of this box and check them out. Okay, so here's Rhodey out of the box, and this is a really good looking figure. I really like this design for War Machine, and I know there's some debate as to exactly which point in the movie this armor is based on. It looks like Hasbro was going off some early concept art, so maybe it's not 100% accurate to the movie, because I think when he was wearing this big bulky armor, it was towards the end of the movie, and I've seen some screenshots where the armor looks like it was red and blue, so who knows, but there was a lot of things going on at that point in the movie. It's hard to tell what color anything is because there's just so much, you know, madness going on, you know. Freaking Valkyrie Spider-Man was swinging from Valkyrie, so really who cares if if War Machine was red and blue instead of this gunmetal gray. Either way, it doesn't have to be 100% accurate for me. As long as it's a cool looking War Machine, then I'm good to go, and that's definitely the case here because this thing looks amazing. Check out all the sculpting work on him. Let's start off here at the head. The head looks pretty cool, but I will say that it looks a little flat. It kind of looks like his face is being smushed in there. That kind of jumped out to me, but other than that, I think the face looks nice. And he doesn't really come with any accessories. He just comes with these attachments that I've went ahead and put on. They are removable, but those are cool, and it adds to the overall look of War Machine. Same thing with the gun here. Look at that. That's awesome. And I like how they have like red inside of the barrel area there. Good stuff. But yeah, check out the sculpting work on this guy. The figure looks really nice. I love the sculpting work in here. And I mean, you know, it's not the best paint job in the world, but it's pretty good. You know, it doesn't look like straight up plastic, and you know, it's just 3 colors basically. So I think they did a good job with the paint. It definitely looks like some armor or some like unpainted armor, so I'm happy with that. And the reds in here look cool too. It's a nice contrast to the rest of the darker colors. Look at all these things going on in here. And I really like the paint effect that they used on the little chest light here. It kind of has white in the middle, and then it's outlined with red, and it kind of makes it look like it's actually a light that's turned on. So that's awesome stuff. All the joints are very well hidden. His arms look huge. I do wish that he came with more guns. I'm not sure if he had like a crazy amount of guns in the movie, but it would have been cool just to have more guns to attach to him. And I love this big bulky look for War Machine. It reminds me of him during the Dark Reign comic books, when he was like, I think he like got injured or something in issue 1, and then he was like, they turned him into, they attached his armor to his body pretty much, and he was just like a big freaking tank, you know. He was awesome. He was fighting Ares, he was fighting Osborn, he was doing all kinds of cool stuff. But this armor reminds me of that, and that was a good book, so go check that out if you haven't already. There's not really too much to talk about with this figure, so that's why I'm kind of babbling about all kinds of other crap. But yeah, this figure looks good, man. I'm always down for a good War Machine figure. But it would have been nice if he came with some more accessories, but you know, he didn't. It would have been cool to come with some more hands and an unmasked head. But it's a big, huge figure, so I kind of get why they didn't throw too much in there. They didn't even pack him with the Build-A-Figure piece. But yeah, the sculpt and overall design and look of this guy is really nice. The paint is pretty good, so yeah, I'm very happy with how this figure looks. Oh, we didn't take a look at the back here. Look at that. You got some fans. That's awesome. Oh, you got the stupid serial number here. I hadn't noticed that before. But yeah, it's a good looking figure, man. Okay, for size comparisons, we have this new War Machine alongside some other Marvel Legends MCU War Machine figures. On the left, we have the War Machine that came alongside the Disco Iron Man in a Target exclusive 2-pack. And on the right, we have War Machine that came out around the time of Iron Man 2. And I'm always going to love that figure. It's always going to hold a special place in my heart because at that point in time, Hasbro was basically trying to get rid of 6-inch Marvel figures, and they were trying to replace them with the Marvel Universe stuff, which those are cool figures, but you know, they'll never replace Legends. But at that time, this War Machine figure was one of maybe 4-6-inch Hasbro figures that they put out at the time. So that was kind of crazy. I'm always gonna love this guy. Plus, it's an awesome figure. It still holds up. He just needs new ankles. But anyways, this new War Machine looks awesome next to these two guys. And then next up, we have him alongside the Marvel Legends Walmart exclusive Power and Glory Captain America and the Marvel Legends Far From Home Spider-Man. And then now here we have him alongside the Marvel Select Rocket Raccoon and the Marvel Legends Civil War Iron Man. Now here we have him alongside the Marvel Legends Black Panther from the Black Panther movie wave and the Diamond Select Groot. And then now here we have him alongside the SH Figure Arts Tony Stark and the SH Figure Arts Age of Ultron Iron Man. And then next up we have him alongside the Diamond Select Infinity War Captain America and Diamond Select Infinity War Iron Man. And I would love to see Diamond Select take a crack at this version of War Machine. I think they would do a great job. And the articulation on this figure is pretty limited, but that's to be expected. It's a dude in big armor, so you know, I really wasn't expecting like the best articulation ever. So I'm pretty happy with what we have going on here. But let's get into it. His head is on a ball joint, so it can move side to side, and it does have a little bit of tilt to it, so that's nice. And it could look down only to right there. It could look up to right there. Let's take off his little arm piece because they're going to fall off anyways. It could look up to right there. And then for the torso, you can twist, so that's nice. And then you could tilt to the side, pretty decent amount. That's cool. Could bring it to this side, an okay amount. So that's awesome. But there's pretty much no ab crunch. And I kind of want to take this apart and see if I can increase it. But at the same time, it's like, well, you know, why does he need an ab crunch? He has metal armor on. So, so maybe not. I don't know. But pretty much no movement there. And can't really go back either. But I do like that we get some nice side movement out of it. Because you could at least make it look like he's not standing in a straight up position all the time. You get a little bit of movement there, so that's cool. And then his arms are on a ball jointed shoulder, and they are covered by a soft piece of plastic, and it doesn't really get in the way of the articulation at all. It just kind of bends and goes along with the arm, so that's cool. It's very similar to the shoulder pad on the Power and Glory Captain America, so that's pretty nice. It kind of sinks in though right there. I'm not a big fan of that if you bring his arm up too much, so that's one thing to be aware of when you're messing around with it. But his arms do go all the way around, which is nice. They come out to the side. He has upper bicep swivel. He only has a single jointed elbow that only can move to about right there. So a little less than 90. Let's see, bring it a little bit more like that. There we go. It's about as much as you're gonna get out of it. And then it does have a swivel. And then for the hands, you have a swivel and a hinge. For the legs, they could come out to the side to about right there. They could kick forward a pretty nice amount, surprisingly. Look at that. Bam! Kick Thanos in his mouth. Bow! And then you could bring his legs back to about right there. And then you have the upper thigh swivel. Double jointed knees. You have no, it's not really a swivel in there, but you do have the rocking ankles. Then you could bring them forward to about right there. Bring them up to right there. And I wish there was a swivel in there. I thought there was. Maybe. No, I guess not. But yeah, like I said, the articulation is limited, but I'm okay with what we have going on here. Okay, so overall, I like this figure a lot, and I'm very happy with it. And I feel like the strongest aspect of this figure is the sculpt work. I think that Hasbro did a really great job on all the armor details. The paint looks nice too, but War Machine has a very basic color scheme. It'd be kind of hard to mess up this paint job, but I am happy to see that Hasbro did a good job executing it. And the articulation is okay on this figure. Of course, it could have been a little bit better. They probably could have added some more points of articulation, but honestly, why? He's a big dude in an armored suit. He doesn't need that much articulation, and I think that you're able to do everything you'd want to do with War Machine with the articulation on this figure, so I'm perfectly happy with it. The one thing I do wish was different is I wish he would have came with more accessories. I think he would have benefited from more hands, and more so I think he would have benefited from an unmatched roadie head. But when it comes to big figures, Hasbro tends to get a little stingy when it comes to accessories. I know they say that they only have so much money per wave and things like that, and that's why certain characters don't get accessories and certain ones do, and they can't all get accessories. I mean, I get it, you know, there's not infinite money to put into these figures, but I think that a unmatched roadie head is kind of essential, you know, so I think they should have thrown that in there. But for the most part, I think it's a good figure. You get it's a $20 Marvel Legends figure, and he's big, so you get a lot of figure for your 20 bucks, so it's a good value. review. But anyways, I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. And before I get out of here, let me give a huge shout out to Madness80 on Instagram and on YouTube for tracking this guy down for me and sending it my way. I really appreciate it, man. And I haven't seen this wave in stores at all, so it's a huge help that you sent this to me. Thank you so much. Be sure to check out his Instagram and his YouTube. I'll leave a link to both of those in the description below. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And that's it. Peace.